Dolly off the dad.
Here we are on Creek Street. This is the place. It's a great mix of fish and salmon and tourists. The unique spawning patterns would be rather much the same as the tourist season. So pretty much the spawning season is the tourist season. Not actually a village here, but this was a fishing site. So this was kind of the Tongass tribe actually had fishing sites right here. So there were native houses right here. The real action was down here on the creek. The salmon return to the rivers that they're born in. And they're spawned here, they die here. But it's a really unique journey that happens, of course. The salmon are born in the creeks and the rivers here and in the lakes, depending upon the species. And then as young fish, they go out to the ocean, and 2-3 years later, they will come back to the they'll go out on this incredible journey across the world. So they leave the fresh water and they go out into salt water, and they go through this really radical transformation. And then in only a couple of weeks, I mean, you would think it was almost an entirely different animal, but then they found out, no, it's the same animal. And what it does is the facial structure just completely changes, and this is all about the dance of life, because they're on a one-way trip to get back to the rivers they're born in to spawn there. After they have passed away, their bodies, and this is happening in the creek right now, the bodies go back down to the ocean. But that actually produces a plankton bloom in the ocean, because all these organisms are eating on them. There's a plankton bloom. And then what happens, that's actually the juveniles, when they're born just a few months later, go out to the ocean and they feed on the plankton that is bloomed from their parents' bodies. So it's this whole big, cool cycle.